Hello, my friends here at Magic on Minneapolis, and welcome to the main stage for our first panel of the day. It's wonderful to have your company, and I tell you what, this panel is not going to disappoint. For fans of Secret Lairs out there, you're in the right place to learn not just how they're made, but also who makes them. We're going to have Steve, Sunu, and a star-studded panel of people talking us through the process of how these Secret Lairs are brought to life, from their conception to their manufacture and the way that they're put together. It's going to be a very interesting discussion, but I have to tell you as well, on top of that, there are going to be a few surprises along the way that you are not going to want to miss. You're going to be the first to see these things here, and you're in the right place to do them. If anyone out there in the hall is a fan of Secret Lairs, it is time to head on over to the main stage as I introduce to you, my friends, the man, the myth, the legend. Please give a big, warm welcome to Mr. Steve Sunu.
Hello, MagicCon Minneapolis! All right, hold on a second. I know it's the morning, I know it's the first panel of the day. I know you're all very, very excited to see some stuff for Secret Lair. I know you want to let the people on the other side of the hall know what they're missing here, so we're going to try that one more time, and I want to hear you blow the roof off this place, all right? So let's do it. What's going on, MagicCon Minneapolis? That's what I'm talking about. My name is Steve Sunu. I'm the Global Product Marketing Manager for Secret Lair over at Wizards of the Coast, and I am so happy to be here to talk to you today about Secret Lair for the I've Got the Secret Lair panel. We have some incredible guests for you. Like Riley said, maybe one or two surprises along the way that you might not want to miss. And man, am I excited to bring out some of my guests today. You guys want to meet them? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Let me bring on the stage our first guest. He's the Senior Product Designer over at Secret Lair. Please give a warm MagicCon Minneapolis welcome to Daniel Nguyen. Daniel, how's it going, man? All right.
All right. Wow, this is crazy. Look
it's full talk show over here.
Yeah, it's full talk.
We're just going full talk show. So, Daniel, you are the Senior Product Designer for Secret Lair, right?
Yes, I'm senior. Yes.
For people who don't know what that is, what does that mean?
It's a scarier title than what I'm actually doing, but it's basically like guiding the vision of what Secret Lair can and should be. That's both on like high level, like what should we make next, and low level, like which cards should go in the next drop. So,
yeah, a lot of people, like, we know each other very well, and a lot of the time what I'll ask people when they come out, I'll say, what's your Secret Lair origin story? But in your case, it goes even further back, because you've been a fan of Magic for a really long time.
Too long. An irresponsible amount of time.
So what's your Magic origin story in that?
Sure, yeah, Magic origin story. So I started playing in the 3rd grade. I'm dating myself a little bit here, but
shout out for players playing since 3rd grade.
Shout out elementary school.
Shout out elementary school.
Card battles.
Very nice.
Ice Age had come out at the time, and everyone was playing, right? And I was like, okay, I'm gonna play these. So I started playing back then, and it's been kind of off and on, as you know, over time. You're in and out of the game since then, and most of my like more intense play, as I used to be like a Seattle area 1K grinder, playing a lot of Legacy. Have dipped into all kinds of other 60-card formats. These days, I'm more of like a Commander kid. My favorite thing to do.
Some love for Commander out in the crowd.
I'm more like a casual try-hard these days. So like my favorite thing to do is like I'll put a show on and I'll just lay out a Commander deck and I'll just like stare at it for an hour and a half and change one card, and that's like super fun. That's a little weird, but I find that very entertaining.
Well, it's not only, I know that you actually grew up nearby Wizards headquarters, right?
Right, yeah. So actually, I grew up in Renton, Washington. And what I would do actually, you get your lunch money as you go out the door as a kid, and I would not buy lunch with it. I would ride my bike after school to the local card shop, and I'd use that lunch money to buy packs. And so I'd ride by the Wizards HQ when I did that, and I was always like, it would be so cool to work there someday. And now I drive there to work, and it's like, it's really cool.
Well, I know how much of a fan you are of Magic. So how did you come to Secret Lair specifically? What was your pathway to that?
Sure. So I originally was on the web team for Magic the Gathering. And so I would actually be the one scheduling the ads and putting up like the content on the main website. I would handle some of the data tracking for analytics to our data people on the website. So I was very intimately familiar with like which products were going on because I was putting the stuff on the website for that. And then people on the team, actually, my web team, knew that I was like a super degen, and so they'd come to me and be like, okay, the next drop, what's the stuff I should get? What do you think is the coolest? So I'd like consult with them on that. And then a really cool opportunity came up where I could join the Secret Lair team. I've been on the team since October of last year, so pretty new to the team. And I took a shot. It worked out. It's been very exciting ever since. I'm like the third person to do this job. So if you're familiar with the Batman mythology, spoiler alert, there's a Batman, there's a Nightwing who becomes the Batman, and then there's Damian Wayne, right, who becomes the third Batman. And I feel like I'm Damian Wayne, like in this role, like trying to do my best like version of Batman, and it's very exciting.
Well, one of the reasons that we wanted to make sure that you got onto this panel this time is when we were in Philly. For those of you that were in Philly or saw that panel, we had a lot of questions about, how do you decide which cards go into a secret lair?
Right.
How do you, and that's part of what it is that you do.
Yes.
So where does your role come in during development for Secret Lairs, and how do you determine what cards go into those drops?
It's a big answer for that question.
It's a big question.
It's a big question,
yeah.
so I can only give you the shape of that, but let's back up real quick for a second and mention that when you see a Magic card, a Secret Lair card, any Magic card, there's a ton of people who put a lot of work into getting it to show up that way. I didn't know that until I started working here. I was like, that's some words and some art, but it's crazy complicated. And so shout out to all those people who help out with that and do all that kind of work. It's a bunch of amazing professionals. And so what I do,
let's have yes, please.
It's a ton of work.
Big round of applause for everybody that touches a Magic card.
Yeah, and so my job in that process, depending on the kind of drop, there's a bunch of different kinds of drop. There's like art forward drops, there's like gimmick drops, there's ones that are focused on mechanics. We have kind of all these different ways we want to express that. Let's use the example of an art forward drop because I've been working on those a lot lately.
Like the ones that we have for the Spring Super Drop 2023 on sale
correct.
now at at MagicSecretLair.com.
You're a professional, Steve.
I'm trying. It is part of my job.
So our art director, Jacob Covey, will bring an artist to me, and they'll just say, we got this artist lined up, go pick some cards, off to the races, right? And we sit next to each other in the office. I have a big ultra wide. I'm kind of a diva like that.
It's so big, man.
I just want to see everything. And so I'll pull up, the artist's portfolio and a notepad and some research sites, and I'll just try and figure out like what fits this artist's vibe. It's definitely more art than science, right? Imagine if you were doing that, how not clear those directions are, right? And so it's the closest thing actually is to building a commander deck. Like you have a commander, it says make tokens or whatever. You're like, okay, boom, let me go find all these token cards. You come out with a 200 card list of token cards, and you're like, oh dang, I gotta make this 100 cards. This is gonna hurt. And that's pretty much what it's like to build a drop. You have let's say when an artist does like fire stuff or whatever, I'll go find a bunch of fire cards, and then I'll make a list, and then I just have to painfully cut away until I get a handful of cards.
I've seen you do your job, and I've seen you agonize over some of these cuts, and it's actually very similar to how I feel when I build a commander deck.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we've all experienced that. But we just need one more cut, like for a limited deck. Or that's exactly.
Just cut the
what it's
basic;
like.
it'll be fine. So one of the interesting part of this process is like when you're playing commander and iterating on your decks, you can always change something. And so you have that like feeling of like, oh, this didn't work out, I'll change it out. With the drops, I have to stop. I can't change it after we pick the cards. So like, sometimes it keeps me up at night. Like, oh, I should have made this or that, and like you just have to let go of it at some point. That's actually the hardest part of making the drop.
Well, so what is it like? You talk about art forward drops, right? And that art is a really big part of your process here.
Sure.
What is it like for you as a Magic fan now to sort of help determine card selections for these art forward drops?
Sure.
So that they bring out the best in the artist's work.
Yeah, so that's a hard. It's complicated because like I'm not an art person. I don't have an art degree or whatever. Like I just like art, right? So you have to. There's a bit of. I took one semester of art history in high school. That's my art experience.
It's more than I got, man.
You have to kind of like predict what this artist will do given their portfolio, and sometimes artists are always changing, they're always trying new stuff. So you're really just kind of throwing a pass to your future self and hoping you can catch it. And so like when I pick these things and I let the artist do what they want and you see the final product come back, it's really exciting to see what the artist come up with, how they've translated your idea. And it's kind of like in a commander game, you kind of like sometimes it's just fun to watch someone go off and do their crazy thing, and that's a lot like how it feels when we're getting art back from a lot of these drops.
Absolutely. What is as we wind down our conversation here, what is your favorite Secret Lair card?
So I'll give you a couple answers to that, and it may reveal how I think about drops in the first place. So my favorite utility card in a Secret Lair drop.
Oh, we're getting specific.
I'm getting specific because that's how I'm thinking about these drops.
Okay.
Is actually the Fiona Staples, I believe, Sakura Tri-Builder. I play a lot of green decks. You can never have too many Steves.
That's true.
Right? And then as far as like table pop, I really like the Matt Jukes lands.
Those are great.
They look kind of plain on a website, but when you put them on the table, they're like really nice to look at. And then as far as like a really cool object just to behold, the Mischief like Swords to Plowshares.
Oh, that was cool. That was
etching
cool.
on it.
Yeah.
Those are my favorites.
Excellent. Well, we're so happy to have you here. Happy to have the people get to meet some of the people behind the curtain. But we're also here to talk about art, and we have one of the greatest Magic artists that I know about in the modern day, and that's Alayna Danner. Can we give a big warm welcome to Alayna Danner and bring her out on stage? Alayna. Hi, Alayna.
Hi.
We're going to do the handshake. We'll do the handshake. Talk show.
What a handshake.
We'll do a full talk show here. Beloved Magic artist Alayna Danner, how are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Very well. You're exhibiting here this weekend, right?
I am.
Yeah, you're at that table just like right over there.
I can see it, yep.
Yeah, we can see it from here. Alayna Danner's table all the way
There's a
over
lot.
there, folks. You have an artist series drop on sale right now. You've done a ton of work for Secret Lair before, but I gotta ask you, what's your Secret Lair origin story? How did you get started with Secret Lair?
So the first Secret Lair that I worked on was Eldraine Wonderland, which came out like right in the beginning of Secret Lair. Like I didn't know what Secret Lair really was.
I don't think
at the
anybody
time.
knew what Secret Lair was at the time.
And I was like trying to go through like emails last night to try to be like, I gotta find that I couldn't even find it. Like it's like that long ago. So yeah, that was an incredible experience though, because it was like I got to do 5 lands, snow lands, and that was before Call Time came out. So it'd been forever since there was snow. So that was a great thing to illustrate for Magic.
Well, I mean, you've done other work for Secret Lair since. You've done a couple of lands, but this is the Spring Super Drop has Artist Series Alayna Danner as a drop. What is it like for you to have your name on an actual Secret Lair drop?
I'm pretty sure this isn't real life. It's not real. It's incredible. Like I've been playing Magic for a really long time, and they started doing the Artist Series a couple years ago, and I just remember like seeing those and being like, oh my god, that's so freaking cool. I hope I get to do that someday. So yeah.
Well, now you do.
It's wild.
Now it's there. People can get it right now.
It's insane.
If they go to the Secret Lair website, they can get it right now. It's have any of you all seen it? You like it? Big fans of that Linvala? That's what I'm talking about. What was so a lot of artist series have come out, but I think this is the first time we've actually had a panel where we can talk to an artist about the development of that. What was that development process for that artist series like for you?
It was really cool because, like I said, I've been playing Magic for a long time, and basically my art director is Tom Gencott, and he sent an email being like, what cards do you want to illustrate? And it's like, oh boy, that's an incredible question, because normally you just get assigned what you're going to draw, and there's tons of cards that I would love to do. And so I basically went to my commander deck, and I was like, I want to do all of these. I sent him this just really greedy list of all the cards that I wanted to do, and I put Linvala first because she's my commander. And so we kind of had to go back and forth picking which ones.
Let's go ahead and put Linvala, Keeper of Silence up on the screen here, because that really feels like the cornerstone of this Secret Lair drop. It's Linvala, Keeper of Silence. It is the along with Sunblast Angel, it's one of the first times that you've really illustrated human-like figures for Magic. I mean, you're known for your landscapes. You've done some really crazy creatures, but this is the first time we've seen people with angels,
yes,
with human faces. Is this something that you were really excited to take on?
Yes. So normally I get to do lands, which I love drawing, but angels are my favorite creature type, and I've always, ever since I started playing Magic, right out of high school, that was my kitchen table Magic deck, was angels. And so having the opportunity to actually pick what I wanted to draw, it was just my way to kind of prove to the art directors that I could do it.
Do you think she proved it, you guys? Think she proved it?
Thanks. So yeah, I think being able to say, I want to do 2 angels and 2 lands, and hopefully they give me some angel assignments in the future.
Is that something you guys want to see?
Some art directors.
You want to see more Alayna Danner angels? Well, you mentioned that there are lands in this drop. You mentioned that there are there are also 2 lands in this. It's a Mary of the Sky Ruin, Seraph Sanctuary. You can't leave landscapes completely behind. It's not an Alayna Danner Secret Lair drop without some landscapes in there. You know, you got to make them into a panorama, which we've been seeing a lot from you lately in the best way. Is making those, uniting those pieces, because we see it also on Linval and Sunblast Angel, is uniting those pieces something that really brings you a lot of joy? Is that something that you really love doing?
Yeah, I really like doing like the big full open picture, and kind of with these, since they are all in my commander deck, I thought it would be fun to kind of unite them visually. So that way, that's what's really cool. I got to make this for my commander deck. So yeah, having 2 big wide open pictures kind of showing, I thought it'd be cool to have them kind of be above the planet, like that's where they're getting their power is from, you know, the sun and moon. And then, you know, when they gotta chill at night, they go back, you know, they fly back down home at night to one of their gigantic castles in the sky.
That is very, very true. You also got to work a little bit on the flavor text for these cards, right?
Yes. That was a really cool process. I worked with Ari Zurilduk on it, and basically we had to go back and forth on what I wanted to see. So I actually got to devote Linvala to my mom, who's, she's like a huge animal person, bigger animal person than me. And so the flavor text is devoted to her, and I can actually see it on the prompter there. And the Canto number is her birthday, and Sunblast Angel is devoted to my husband Matt, and the Canto number is his birthday.
Aww.
So, yeah.
Oh, okay. If you want to meet Matt, he's also at your booth, right?
Yeah, he's here somewhere.
So as people in the audience may or may not know, there is an error on the printing of Seraph Sanctuary and the Secret Lair drop. An in-progress version of the art was used instead of the final version for both foil and non-foil products. You can see the correct version on the screen. We'll put it up there. This is the correct version. So we are going to be printing the corrected version of the card in a future Secret Lair drop. And Alayna, we're also giving you a bunch of copies of the corrected version, right?
Yeah. So like, it's kind of a bummer that they printed the wrong one, but I don't think they don't often print the wrong art on a card, and being like a big Magic nerd, it's kind of cool to have like this art typo on my own card. So it's not the worst thing ever. And what I'm hoping to do is, since they're going to be sending me a bunch of copies, if you come up to my booth after I receive them, which I heard is going to be around August, if you come up with my Secret Lair to get signed, or even if you don't want it signed, just show me the original misprinted Seraph Sanctuary. I'll put like a star or some sort of like, you know, denoting mark on it, and then I'll give it back to you, and then I'll give you the correct card. So that way you have 2 Seraph Sanctuaries, and you'll have the wrong version and the right version, and it's kind of a cool, rare kind of thing for Magic. So, yeah.
Well, that's really great. Thank you so much for doing that. We appreciate you.
No problem.
What's coming up next for you? Anything that you can talk? Probably not. I should know that. I should know that there's nothing that you can talk about this. But there's been some of your art that's seen in some preview stuff recently, right?
Yes. Well, last year they already previewed one of my pieces for Eldraine, which is dope. They don't usually, when you do a piece for Magic, you have to wait at least a year before you can show it. And I finished that piece, like 2 months later they showed it, and I spent forever on that picture, so I'm really glad that that one's out already. And then there's going to be a bunch more stuff in Eldraine.
Well, that's really it's full circle, right? You did the whole Eldraine Wonderland with Eldraine in the winter.
Yeah.
Now going to Wilds of Eldraine, we're going to see more of your work.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I know that I'm really excited to see more of your work in Magic. I know that this crowd is excited to see more of your work in Magic for sure. And please be sure to visit Alayna's booth over there to come say hi, see some stuff.
Yeah. Get some cards signed.
Excellent.
So, yeah.
Well, we have card development, we have art, but there's still some more things that we have to talk about. In order to do that, we want to bring on the Senior Business Manager for Secret Lair. Please give a warm MagicCon Minneapolis welcome to Emily Floyd! Hi, Emily. It's good to see you. Good to see you. I know, right? We don't work next to each other every day. This is definitely the first time that we're seeing each other this morning and forever.
Every day seeing you is magical, Steve.
I paid her to say that. So Emily, there are a lot of new people here in Minneapolis.
Yes.
Everybody, any locals here? Any locals here today from Minneapolis? Excellent. I'm loving it here. It's my first time here. I really love it
Same.
here.
Yeah, it's great.
So for all the folks that didn't necessarily get to see our panel in Philadelphia or get to meet you there, what is your Secret Lair origin story?
Yeah, of course. So, yes, apologies for anyone who caught this at Philadelphia, but I will happily share my Secret Lair origin story, this time maybe a bit truncated. I had, of course, had Secret Lair on my map since it originated in 2019, but it was really the Pride Across the Multiverse drop that came out last year. Any Pride Across the Multiverse drop fans? That drop literally changed my life in so many ways. It was the first time I really saw myself in a Magic card and saw myself as a part of the Magic community. Really game changing for me, quite literally. And honestly, the timing of that is really special for me because I discovered that drop and really just perked up about Secret Lair, started looking more into it. This job became open right around that same time. I applied for this job, interviewed for this job, basically bought the Secret Lair, did the job process, was hired at Wizards, had the Secret Lair show up in my mailbox as a little congratulations, you got the job kind of present for myself from the past. And yeah, it's been amazing ever since. And in case you're not aware, one of the really amazing things about the Pride Across the Multiverse drop is it was done in collaboration with the Trevor Project to benefit the Trevor Project, who is at the show right now. They're like right there.
Right in the corner over there if you want to go visit the booth.
If you haven't stopped by the booth yet, definitely stop by, give them a shout. They're amazing partners to work with. We really love working with the Trevor Project at Wizards of the Coast. And one of the pieces of art from the drop is being I guess, displayed for the first time ever on a playmat at this show. So if you love that Bearscape art, you can actually pick that up on a playmat here at this show, again with proceeds to benefit the Trevor Project. So the love just keeps going.
Yeah, you can get that at the MTG Pro Shop Ultra Pro booth if you're interested in checking it out.
Really right there.
And please do go visit our friends at the Trevor Project over in the corner booth over there. Emily, 2023, we talked about it a little bit in Philly. It's a year of experimentation for Secret Lair.
Yes.
We're seeing a lot of that experimentation, in fact, here at Magic Cons. Secret Lair Showdown, great example of that. I don't know if you guys have heard of Secret Lair Showdown, big standard tournament going on right now in the tournament area.
Yeah.
Qualify for day 2 and have a chance to finish first and win a one-of-a-kind Secret Lair prize card, Brainstorm, of which there is currently only one out there. After this one, there will be 2. The winner of this show will get one.
Yes.
How is that experimentation going right now? What's going on with that?
Yeah, it's been going great. We have so many opportunities to experiment and try new things with Secret Lair, which is one of the things that makes the brand so great. So of course at Philly we talked about the WPN exclusive Secret Lairs, which are now out in the world. I don't know if any of y'all have gotten a chance to pick them up. They're out there at your friendly local game store, just another way to kind of loop in the love of Secret Lair and the love of your FLGS. And we're not done with that. There's more to come. While I'm not going to talk about it in detail right now, we are actively iterating on that and basically making updates and improvements to that program as early as the very next WPN exclusive drop. So that's been fun. Having made some adjustments to the way that we produce the Secret Lairs, we are able to get them into your hands a lot faster, which is another thing we talked about a little bit in Philly. Of course, we had recognized, I have the cute story about buy the Secret Lair, get hired, get the Secret Lair, but the undertone there is it took a really long time for that Secret Lair to come to me after I bought it. So it's one of the improvements that we'd really been looking to make, and now we get to say awesome things like, Alayna, your drop is on sale in the current Super Drop. You can literally pull out your phone and buy it right now, and it will ship to you basically immediately, like as close to immediately as I can say while taking into consideration the fact that humans are behind this, right? So that's been a really exciting change to watch people buy the drops in the current Super Drop, get them in hand and get to post about them and share them and talk about them and get that immediate gratification of the awesome new product in your hands. And then of course we have been experimenting with the length of the sales a little bit too. So you may have noticed the Super Drops are longer now. And that's not to say that they're always going to be that way, but it is an experiment that we've got going on at the moment. So the past couple of Super Drops have been about a month to 2 months long, so about double the length of the previous Super Drops. And there's a couple things I love about the fact that we're doing this. The first is that, of course, it gives all of the drops in the super drop a little more breathing room. There's chance for us to really let you all get to know the super drops, see the art that's in them, see the different cards that are in them, and the vibes across each drop within a super drop are always so different. So it's nice to give that some time to breathe. But it also means that there is always something going on in the Secret Lair store. So because of the length of the sales, we're able to really do them back to back to back. So anytime you go to the Secret Lair website, there's always something for you to check out, always something new for you to find, and hopefully you've all been enjoying that.
Well, thanks, man.
I'll take
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
And Alayna, I know you've actually gotten to see physical versions of your drop. It looks good, right?
It's so cool.
Good.
Well, speaking of experimentation, yesterday, how many of you were here for Game Nights Live yesterday? Anybody here for Game Nights Live? Yeah. The people that were there and saw Game Nights Live might have seen a preview card that looked very Secret Lair-ish. It was Westvale Abbey and Ormondal Profane Prince. Maybe we have a graphic of that we can throw up on the screen. I'm sure they want to know what it's from. You guys want to know what it's from? You want to know what that's from? Can we tell them, please? Please?
I guess I can talk to you about this art that you're seeing. So this was a lovely little sneak peek of an upcoming Secret Lair product. It is not just any drop. It is the Secret Lair Commander deck from Cute to Brute. So we have a whole new Commander deck product coming out. Anyone here play Commander?
Well, let's put Isika, God of the Tree, up on the screen.
Oh my God, look at that.
That's right. From Cute to Brute, it's exactly what it sounds like. There's a cute side and a brute side. I'm gonna put these up here for you guys. Want cute or brute on this side? Cute, brute, brute. You got it. There we go. And then we have, I believe, Archangel Avacyn should be the next one. Yeah, that's right. It's Archangel Avacyn. The cute side, and then of course the brute side. Brute, brute, brute. You got it.
I'm sensing a theme in this.
I think there's a theme.
Audience.
So the front side is by Nana Key, and the back side is by God Machine. Some pretty cool stuff. And then the next card, it's a fan favorite vampire. It's Bloodline Keeper. Flips into Lord of Lineage. Cute? Cute.
Yes.
Yeah.
My people.
I heard cute.
Cute.
I heard
cute.
I heard cute first.
I heard cute.
So cute.
And then we have only one thing left, and it wouldn't be a double-sided commander deck without at least one Nicol Bolas card. It is Nicol Bolas the Ravager
So cute.
and Nicol Bolas the Arisen.
Cute.
Cute. So, couple of details about this. These 5 cards are in the Secret Lair treatment in the commander deck. It is a 100-card commander deck, fully playable out of the box. It also includes some tokens, a life wheel, and thick vanity versions of all of these. These cards come in traditional foil, as you can see up on the screen. Those will be in foil, and the other cards within the commander decks, they will have the list style treatment with the Planeswalker symbol in the bottom corner. All of those will be non-foil. So these cards are the only foil cards in the drop. It will be. Let me see here. Right. It's going to be $149.99, and this product is actually also going to be a limited print run product. Now,
Yes.
Emily, why is it a limited print
I'd
run product?
love to talk about that. So, like we've said before, experimentation is the name of the game, and I know what some of you are probably thinking right now is we've seen a commander deck from Secret Lair before, and some of you may have noticed that we had a lot to learn from that experiment when we released a commander deck in the past. And when we talk about using these experiments to grow Secret Lair and to grow what we're able to offer you all, we take that very seriously. So for us, bringing this commander deck to you all was an opportunity for us to really take what we learned from that experiment and make some improvements to how we bring you this product. So one of the big changes is it is a limited quantity product, and this is done for a couple of reasons, one of which is we want to make sure that you're able to get this product as quickly as possible, which I'll talk about a little bit more in a bit. But also, by making some improvements to how we sell this, including limiting the cart size so that there's each person is only able to purchase at maximum 5 of these commander decks. We're really striving to make sure that those of you who want to get this in your hands are able to get this in your hands, and it's not a painful process. It's a process where this product is amazing, and we want you all to have the opportunity to get it, and we also need to make sure that we keep it limited so that one person can't come in and sweep all the commander decks and then make it hard for everybody else. Can I talk about the next part yet?
Let's. You are not in charge of this panel, sir. I need to get control back of this.
Sorry, go ahead.
So, let's talk a little bit first before we do that. A lot of times when we announce a product, people have to wait 2 months, 3 months, a year to get something. When can people start ordering this, Emily?
2 days?
On Monday. This will go on sale on Monday.
May 8th, 9 a.m. Pacific time. And honestly, we thought about doing it where I could literally answer that question and go right now. But the reason we didn't do that is because we figure some of you all probably want to get your hands on this, and we want to give you a chance to not be like on convention center Wi-Fi when you're purchasing it. So we give you some time to enjoy the rest of the show. And then this Monday, 9 a.m. Pacific, is when this product is going to go on sale. But wait, there's more.
That's right. As a special surprise for MagicCon, Daniel and I actually have copies of this deck here with us. We will be going to the command zone for the rest of the weekend to jam games with you so that you can see it firsthand. So you'll be able to take pictures, you'll be able to get in a game with us, say hi, we'd love to talk to you, we're very excited about it. For those of you that maybe don't have a chance to do that, have to see other things at the show, totally fine. If you want to see a full deck list, it will be available on Daily MTG, full deck list, full product details, right after this panel. So you'll be able to see everything. I will say in advance that this deck comes with a lot of really, really great double-faced cards. You may or may not be getting a full set of the pathways in this deck, one of each. You may be getting a couple of planeswalkers that may be changed from a creature into not a creature. You'll be getting a lot of stuff here. So definitely go check out that deck list on Daily MTG afterward. Or if you want to be surprised, please come join us at the command zone after this panel so that we can hang out, show you a little bit about what it's all about, and really show you the power of what the prismatic bridge on the brute side can do.
There's something important about the fact that you and Daniel are going to have it in hand that I hope you're all not missing, is that this deck exists. It is printed. It is ready to go. So when this goes on sale on Monday, the shipping is going to be, again, practically immediate. After doing our last experimentation round with Commander decks, it was really important to us that we make sure you get this product in your hands as quickly as possible. So we made it a high priority to organize this sale around a couple of things, one of which was getting to be here and announce it in person to you all, to give you all kind of a first sneak peek, but also to time this out so that we made sure when the product goes on sale, it's not a pre-order, it's an add to cart buy now situation. So yeah, it's huge. So it's honestly been a big labor of love from all of us in the Secret Lair team to make this happen. It's a product we're all incredibly excited about, and the fact that, I mean, the downside of organizing things this way means we have been sitting on so many details about this for so long, and that's why, Steve's like, please, can we just tell you, because we cannot wait for you all to get this, to start playing with it, and to have this out in the world. So honestly, it's so exhilarating to get to be up here and to announce this to all of you, because I cannot wait for you all to have this in your hands. And you don't have to wait that long either. Yep. So.
Alayna, did you see that Avacyn? I know it's a red-white card, but you think about maybe adding a little bit of red to your commander's color identity? No.
She's super cute, though.
Yeah.
Well, that's the main thing. You guys excited about this commander deck? Yeah. So I know that a lot of you are probably wondering about these large cards behind me. They are going straight to the prize wall after this, so you will get a chance to get them. Please go play some events. Please go to the prize wall. Please take one home with you, because they are very cool. And these are the only 5 that we are making. There are not 2 of them. There's only 1 of each. So we're going to take them to the prize wall. Please go there. Play some of the events this weekend. and come see us in the Command Zone. And with that, I want to open it up for a question and answer session. As a quick reminder, we are very happy to take your questions, but please remember to keep them brief. Questions are things that begin with a word beginning in W or H, and we are very, very happy to have you here. We will answer whatever we can. Please understand that there are some things that we are not going to be able to answer. So there's a microphone at the center. If you have a question, please go line up next to my good friend Blake Rasmussen.
While people are lining up for questions, who's going to make their way over to the Commander Zone after this and play with Daniel and Steve?
Anyone going to come to Command Zone, come jam a game with us? I love it.
You got some people already.
People making their way to the aisles, maybe? No questions.
No.
Wow, that's a first.
We're just very thorough.
We gave all the information. We're
So
done.
informative.
I love it. Oh, people actually do have questions. All right.
Great.
I wasn't actually going to leave. I know that people have questions. All right, what can I do for you? What's your name? Where are you from?
I'm Zach Clark from Eternal Durdles podcast.
All right.
Hello.
So my question is, so we've got this beautiful Secret Lair commander deck. Are there more on the way?
I'm so glad you asked that.
Emily, you want to take this one?
Yeah. So this is one of a series of Commander decks that we are releasing this year. This is the first of many. I'm not saying when the next ones are coming out yet because again...
Or how many. Yeah.
Because again, we want all the pieces to line up so that we can tell you when we're ready, when it's going on sale, when it will be in your hands, and make sure it's as smooth a process as possible. But there are more to come this year.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Hey there, what's your name? Where are you from?
I'm William, and I'm from here.
Hey, Minneapolis! What's your question?
How many Secret Lair ideas do you have to turn down before you find one you like?
Daniel, that's a great
lot.
question for you.
A lot. There are, and that's what's kind of the beauty of Secret Lairs. Everyone feels so connected to it in different ways, and everyone has their idea of what they would do for a drop. And so we have way more ideas than we could ever do anything with. And so by that nature, we have to be very selective about which ones we go with. And there's a lot of great ideas that are left on the cutting room floor for a myriad of reasons. So there's way more ideas. It's always nice to have more, but unfortunately, we can only make so many.
Thank you. What's your name? Where are you from?
I'm Joel from Cedar Falls, Iowa.
All right.
My question is, what's the biggest thing you've learned in the past year from doing Secret Lairs?
That's a great question.
Anyone.
You want to start with Daniel?
I can start, yeah.
Yeah.
So when it regards to like card select, when I'm picking cards, as each player, we all have we lean towards certain color pairings. Like I'm very much a Golgari player, and when you're picking these cards, I can't just pick Golgari cards because I like Golgari, right? So I've started to build kind of play styles of decks that I wouldn't normally play to expose myself to all kinds of different cards because the drops will service all kinds of different cards. So I've had to learn different play styles that if I was just playing for my own fun, I wouldn't be playing. So that's one big learning from working on Secret Lair.
Alayna, what did you learn from doing the art for your Secret Lair drop? Learn anything?
That it is really cool to draw angels, I guess.
It's a good answer.
Suspicion confirmed.
Yeah.
Emily?
Yeah, I have learned, it's funny because in my job, running the business, there's a lot of black and white, cut and dry numbers, and it sounds way less fun to talk about that stuff than maybe Daniel's more Batman style, pulling everything together. But what is really important to me that drives the business is that Secret Lair is special to different people for very different reasons. What makes Secret Lair so important to me is different from the next person to the next to the next. And I think we hit the sweet spot when we are able to really pull a lot of that together and give a little something for different people, especially in every super drop. You don't have to love every drop in a super drop. They're not always all meant for one particular person, and that to me is really magical.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your question. Hi there, what's your name? Where are you
Hello,
from?
I'm Laura. I'm from Minneapolis, right here.
All right, Minneapolis.
And I gotta say, thank you so much for limiting how many of these are.
Yes.
I wasn't able to get the one that came out for the countdown.
Yeah, we lived, we learned.
Yeah. One of the things I do have to ask, related to that as well, is there's a lot of issues with the website trying to order. Did you learn anything from that in
Yeah.
order for this next drop?
Yeah, we've worked really closely with our team who manages the web store to avoid a lot of the issues that some people experience during the Countdown Kit sale. Limiting the cart definitely helps with that. But I will tell you that big changes were made to how we run the sales as a result of that. So again, I don't want to say too broadly because I can't predict the future, and it is, at the end of the day, humans behind all of this, but we've put a lot of effort in to make sure that it's a smoother experience this time than it was last time.
Well, thank you so much for learning from everything. I really appreciate it.
Thank you
so much for your question. Hi there. What's your name? Where are you from?
Hi there, Colin Britton, Indiana.
Hey, love Indiana.
So speaking of the express shipping, so I ordered a lot of the new spring drops, Alayna Danner's in particularly too, and my wife was able to open them Thursday. She wasn't able to be here. I won't give any spoilers out, but the secret card was also art from Alayna Danner. And do the artists get any input on the special card that comes in the drop?
If a special card were to exist, would an artist?
I don't know what you're talking
Would an
about.
artist get any input into that, Alayna?
So, yeah, the secret card was...
If it exists.
If it exists. It's kind of a funny story. They like to have it be like a sketch version, but my sketches tend to be really close to the final. And so they basically emailed me and they're like, can you make like a sketchier version? So so I got to have fun, which was actually really fun because I'm usually like a real control freak and I like to just do an infinite amount of details. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do a pencil version of all of these because I think that'd be a fun thing to do. And so if there's a secret version, it might be a pencil sketch version of one of the cards. So, yeah.
You know, hypothetically, if it were to exist, we have no way of knowing for
Possible.
sure.
That's awesome.
Really
Thank
appreciate
you.
the question.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Hi there. What's your name? Where are you from?
Greg from Madison.
I love your outfit.
Thank you.
Amazing.
My question is, what's your favorite color to design for?
Sorry, what's your favorite
Color.
Color.
To design for.
Daniel, that's a you
Favorite
question.
color?
man.
Sure, yeah. As I said earlier, I'm a Golgari player, but I've been having a lot of fun dipping into the catalog of blue spells we have. There's cantrips, there's all these kinds of crazy effects, and the kind of art space for blue spells specifically is so vague and open that we can have our artists do like crazy stuff that really pops off that is like hard to describe. So that's been the most interesting thing that I've been working on as far as like trying to pick cards and stuff like that.
Thanks very much. Hi there. What's your name? Where are you from?
My name's Taylor from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Oh, okay. Ohio. Love it.
My question is who's the commander for this deck?
Who's the commander for this deck? Well, it is a 5-color deck.
Right.
And there is only one card up here that has 5 colors in its color
I didn't know if
identity.
there was maybe more than one.
Well, so that said, it just because it's not up here doesn't mean that there's not another legendary creature that has 5C as its color identity. There is a Sisay Weatherlight Captain in this deck as well.
Nice.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi there. What's your name and where are you from?
Name's Jordan Hansen, and I'm from the northeastern Kansas.
Hey, Kansas.
Anyway, first of all, I want to say this Secret Lair is awesome. I love the cuteness. Nicol Bolas is just so adorable. It's so cute. But I can't wait to see this in action. But still, I was kind of curious. I know you have to make this quick, but what was the origin story behind this deck? Like, how did it come into fruition, this concept?
So we work closely with the game design team to come up with these things. It's not just us playing Commander and talking with each other. So they have some extra ideas laying around. And again, when I talked about collaboration earlier, ideas come in from all over the company. Someone who works on the templating, someone who works on art stuff, they can all submit ideas, and so we get ideas from all over the place. And so this was one specifically from game design. They thought this would be super cool, but didn't quite fit into like a regular Magic situation. And so that's where this came from.
Thank you kindly, y'all, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your question. Hi there. What's your name? Where are you from?
Hello, my name is Jason. I'm local here at Minneapolis, Minnesota, representing Beetle and Grimm's Pandemonium Warehouse. Woo!
Nice.
You may have covered this earlier, but I did wander in kind of late. How limited is this if we're able to say how many available, 10,000, 50,000, something like that?
So I can't say how many are printed total, and of course we sell this across multiple regions as well. There's just a lot of things I can't get into, but limit of 5 per customer. And what I will say is we anytime we're planning out a Secret Lair, we do a lot of wizardry math in the back to try to predict and make sure that people who want this are going to get their hands on it. This isn't like a this is a very different situation from a card that is so epically only one produced that is the big feature of the card, right? This isn't about trying to be gatekeeping about who can get the product. It's just about making sure that we have enough product on hand to supply the demand, while simultaneously making sure it's a limited print run product.
Awesome. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your question.
Yeah, of course.
Hi, what's your name? Where are you from?
Hey, I'm Ched. I'm from St. Paul, Minnesota.
All right, St. Paul.
So I kind of have a business question. So I've never actually bought a Secret Lair because I already know what's coming. I love the art. I love the surprise of like opening a pack and finding a card that I've never even seen before. So what do you think about like something like I'd be willing to pay $100 a month or something and just randomly get a box in the mail?
Interesting. So a couple things I will say about that is one of the experiments that I neglected to mention there was so much to talk about I completely forgot. In this most recent Super Drop, we didn't reveal almost anything that was in the Super Drop until the day it went on sale. A lot of things have lined up for us to be able to do that. Now I know that's not quite the same because once the Super Drop goes live, you know what's in it. What I will say is when it comes to a unique business idea like that or a unique product idea like that, there are so many ideas. Like Daniel was saying with card selection ideas or with Super Drop ideas, we have a whole backlog of things that we want to try, and it all comes down to what lines up with what we think is going to, be the best Secret Lair we can put out at the time or represent Secret Lair in the best way that we want it to. So I'm not going to say something like that will never happen, and I also can't say that it's in the works. It's one of many amazing ideas, and I thank you for bringing it to us.
If that is something that you want to see, we are happy to take that feedback back to the team.
Yeah.
If I can keep artists like her employed, I'm willing to subscribe.
Thank you very much for your question. Appreciate it. Hi there. What's your name? Where are you from?
I am Nick from Manchester, Tennessee.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Traveled a little bit of a long way there. All right.
Yeah, 15-hour drive.
That's a long drive, my friend.
Yeah.
What's your question?
I know you said you have artists lined up generally and then give them a set of cards.
Sorry, could you lean a little bit closer to the mic? We're having trouble hearing you. Yeah.
I know you said you have artists lined up. I was wondering if there was ever a time where you had a theme and then seeked out an artist specifically for that theme.
It's a good question.
Yeah, it totally happens all the time. So sometimes the art director will have a vague idea of, I want, strawberry cards. Let's find 5 different artists who are really good at drawing strawberries or something. So that's definitely something that can and has happened. Sometimes we'll work exclusively with one artist for all the card drops. So every flavor of that combination in between can happen. So there's no one way we're doing these drops. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Strawberry drop.
That sounds awesome.
No.
I can neither confirm nor deny the existence of a strawberry Secret Lair drop. Hello. What is your name? Where are you from?
I'm Drew. I'm from Missouri.
All right.
Thanks for the awesome panel, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I loved hearing your Secret Lair origin stories. And to the extent that you can pull the curtain back, I wanted to ask, what was the origin story of Secret Lair as a product?
Got it. Yeah, that is, so first of all, there are very few people on this panel that can actually answer that with any level of detail. We did have a little bit of that from Tom Jenkott on our Philadelphia panel, which is available as a video on demand on YouTube.
Awesome.
Please do check it out. But I was around for the early days of Secret Lair, and I can tell you that it was one of the coolest times at Wizards to be able to see that come to life. I think that, now you come to stuff like a Magic Con and you see all these people so passionate about Secret Lair when 3 years ago it was just, here's some cool things that we're putting out there to see if people like. And we've continued that experiment over and over and over again over a lot of different iterations. And it's because of people like you who find it and are interested in the brand that come on board and show us by coming to MagicCon, coming to our panels, that we need to continue this experiment. Yeah. And so if you're interested in the origins of it, please go check out that panel. But I do just want to thank you for coming up and being able to ask a question and come supporting Secret Lair. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, looks like we got a final question here.
No pressure.
No pressure at all. What's your name? Where are you from?
I'm Will. I'm from about 2.5 miles from here.
Wow. All right, cool.
Yeah,
so you also had a 15-hour drive here.
Yeah,
obviously,
traffic was bad.
Yeah.
I have 2 questions to wrap up.
Yeah.
First one is the most important. How did you fit so much cuteness in those cards? Because they are adorable.
I assume that's rhetorical. I mean,
It is.
The thing is, it's only half cuteness. You have to also fit the bruteness on the other side.
It's a balancing act.
That's credit to the incredible artists that work on Secret Lair and the incredible art directors that work on this stuff. So the current art director, Jacob Cubby, former art director, Tom Jenkott, all credit to them for being able to get the most out of these artists. And credit to the artists who do our wonderful illustrations for getting the most out of at that tiny space on a Magic card. It's really incredible.
And then my actual question is, what's y'all's favorite secret on the art of cards?
Secret on the art of cards. Could you clarify it a little bit?
Like hidden, like, let's say that butterfly on Westvale Abbey was
Like
just
an Easter egg.
Oh, like an Easter egg.
Yeah.
Easter egg.
An Easter egg.
That's the word I was looking
Let me think. That's a good question.
That is a really good question.
I've never gotten that one before. That's a thinker.
I have a good one.
You have one, Alayna?
So in one of my cards called Animal Sanctuary, and there's a variety of animals on there, and the 2 cats in the front are my cats, and one of the dogs is my dog. So Charlie, Jake, and Oliver are on that card. So every time I see it and sign one, I'm just like, yes.
I have a relevance
Yeah.
I just thought
Yeah,
of.
absolutely.
I believe, and I'd have to Google something to confirm, but in the drop on sale right now, the Randy Vargas drop, there's a Selfless Savior card. I believe that's Randy's actual dog.
It was his dog.
It's a heartbreaking card.
It's like a memorial to Randy's dog. So sorry to end this on a sad note, but
You took mine, man. I was going to say that.
Yeah, you took mine too.
It's my favorite set. One of my favorite sets from art and weird like Easter eggs is actually Unhinged, where my favorite is Cheaty Face like taking the blue mana symbol from the top of the box. I really like that a lot. It's one of my favorites.
I just thought of another one. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
If you look here at this prismatic bridge, there are 4 figures depicted on that card. Those are the 4 brute sides of these cards, which is kind of cool.
And there's actually one more thing that I can call out. Thank you for reminding me, Daniel.
Yeah.
We're on the cute side of Nicol Bolas the Ravager. There are 2 figures on this card. This is Nicol Bolas, and who's that?
Aww.
That right there is Ugin. And then if you turn it over, there's Bolas, and who's underneath? That right there is Ugin. So you got both Bolas and Ugin from that wonderful Magic story that published at the time that card originally came out.
Awesome. Thank you. And I'm going to speak for everyone here. Thank you for this.
Thank you very much for your questions. Thank you so much for attending our panel. We really appreciate you. Please come say hi. Please come find Daniel at Command Zone. I'll be over there a little bit later. And have a wonderful MagicCon Minneapolis. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.